All right, looking a little bit dark tonight. It's okay. Let me get my words in here, my description. Looks like it all went okay. I have my computer dinged, but I don't know why. There it goes again. I forgot to make my thumbnail. I'll go back and add that after the fact. Oh, because my daughter's texting me as well. Okay. Here we go. Maybe. It's been so long since I've been on, I forgot what I was doing. All right, I guess I'm there. Are you guys there? There's me, there's the video. Kathy's on. Hey, Kathy and Christy. Welcome, welcome, girls. Let me get my video back up here and I will be good to go. All right, so housekeeping, normal stuff. The catalog is retiring in May, so we are seeing the retiring lists out right now. I did not see anybody post today, but as of yesterday, 50 items had sold out already. I'm thinking possibly that those are the retiring colors. If you get my newsletter, I don't know why you wouldn't, right? If you don't, you can go to greenthumbstampers.com and click on maybe the little hamburger drop down. You can see it there. If you're on your computer, it'll be on the right hand side where you can sign up for my newsletter and get all the fun information. But today I did add in there all of the color refresh changes that were in there. I snagged some graphics from another demonstrator. I did leave all of her information in there though, so I didn't snag her work. I left her name in there so that everybody would see, and I told you guys that I snagged it from her, but save me reinventing the wheel for all that. But you'll see in there all the coloring, colors retiring and coming. We are losing 11 colors. We're gaining 7 returning colors and 4 new colors, as well as our new in colors. Anybody out there that's seen the new in colors, what do you think? Do you like the, I should have brought something over that printed it and brought it over. We've got a wheat color, a pebbled path, a moody mauve, boho blue, and there's a yellow. Is there yellow? What's the last one? Forget the last one. I forget the last one, but they're a little more earthy, in my opinion. Just wonder what everybody thought. Oh, clay. Copper clay, I think is the name of it. Just wondered what you guys thought, if anybody liked those earthy colors. We did get some returning bright colors, the blueberry, the lemon lime. Those came back. I did do a video yesterday on my Facebook page explaining the logos, how you want to make sure that your inker matches your ink pad. You don't want to mix the two formulas. That's where a lot of people, I guess, are having issues with their stamp pads. But other than that, I think that's all our housekeeping. Online exclusives should be getting some of the retired items like Queen Bee, like that will be on the online exclusives page. It won't be in the catalog, but it did not retire. So they're going to park some stuff on the online exclusives page. The clear plates that we're going to need for our Stampin' Emboss machines, those will be online. So if you look through your catalog form and you don't see them, it's because they're online now. They'll be at the online exclusives. They're just trying to help drive some online traffic into the online store so that people get used to online shopping, I guess. And I think that's it. I did post also my, my newsletter out tomorrow. My post is going to go out about our May stamp of the month. The April one you can still sign up for. That is just a stamp a stack, 8 cards for $20. We're going to revisit some of our past stamps of the month. I'll give you another idea to use with some of those. If you get my newsletter, you got a sneak peek at one of them today in there. Trying to think, did I give you any other sneak peeks or information in there? Anyway, sign up for my newsletter. I don't want to rehash it all here. If you got it, you already know it all. But tomorrow, my stamp of the month post will email and post on Facebook. I'll give you a first look here. Hopefully I can share this because it's a new item in the catalog. So I don't know. I'm not showing you the catalog. And it was a pre-order stamp, so I should be okay to show you. So we are going to do this one. It's called Lazy Days. And it will be $24 if you just want the stamp set and the projects. On the May 21st, I believe, is the date. That's the third Sunday. I try and do these classes on the third Sunday. That's the date for that. And it can be changed if I have enough people that would like it changed. But it will be using this stamp set. Or if you want the bundle, there's the dies that go with it. That down. The bundle will be $58. And that's the die set. Should I hold it back more? That's the die set that goes with the stamp set. So I will make projects around that. You could email me and let me know if you are signing up and what you're signing up for. greenthumbstampers@hotmail.com will get you there. You can also message me on Facebook, and maybe you can message me on YouTube. I'm not sure. But that's the upcoming stamp of the month for May. Now I'm going to turn my computer down. I think I went through everything that I needed to. I'm going to turn this down now. And I don't know what I got. Oh, remove pin. Because I don't know what I got going here. But I got it pinned. So we're going to spotlight that for everyone to see. I'm going to move that out of the way a little bit. Got my live chat going, and we got that going. So I could see the live chat tonight. Oh, I thought, well, not very well. Mom is on. Hi, Mom. Must be hot there. I took my sweatshirt off, Mom. I've had a sweatshirt and sweatpants on all day. I did a little while ago take a break and watch a TV program that I recorded, and I was bundled up in a blanket. It's damp and cold feeling down here, but I think it is in the 70s. Reed, my daughter, is back in Washington, D.C. today, and it is in the 90s. She, thank God, packed some clothes, appropriate clothes that she could put on after work, but it's hot. And I can officially tell her story, and now that I'm not on camera, but I can officially tell everybody she did resign from her position at her job today, and we'll be back home here in Michigan on Friday. We moved her to Grand Rapids. So a couple weeks ago when I was missing in action, I was actually in Virginia moving her back here. And she will start her new job at the Van Andel Institute on Monday. She will be in a laboratory doing cancer research. So she's pretty excited. She's getting back into the science portion of her life. She missed that at the job in Washington, D.C. It was more hands-on data-y kind of stuff that she wanted to be working with the actual science portion of it. So back she came, and that's where we're at. And so this is where we're going to be at now. I'm going to show you my, see, I've been talking with a blank page. How far behind out is my, I got the card up there. You guys seeing the card? Is my, I can't look at my YouTube because YouTube, hey Dawn, YouTube must be that far behind. So I'm going to put my, yep, I'm going to put my desktop over the top of my YouTube because that is way behind and that'll really mess me up. So this is what we're going to make tonight. I saw this fun fold on Pinterest, I'm going to say, last week, and I decided that I wanted to try and make it. I was sick last week, so I skipped my video, and now I'm back, and we're going to show you guys this card. So it's a fancy fun fold, and I just thought that it would make a nice Mother's Day card as well. So I use the mom comes from the classic letters that is in the online exclusives, and Seaside Bay will be used throughout the card, as well as it's tied shut with the variegated balmy blue and white ribbon. And you guys will be happy to know that everything I'm using tonight, I was excited to know, will be available when the new catalog comes out, except for this paper. And this paper is on the retiring list, and it's on sale for 12 bucks. It's a 6x6 paper pack. Absolutely beautiful paper. We've used it a couple times for class, but it's got a lot of shimmer and texture and shine to the different pages. I don't have that many different pages to show you because I've been using them all. But highly recommend the By the Bay 6x6 paper. Pretty, pretty, pretty. So here's the card. It ties shut with the ribbon. I've altered it, I think, a smidge from what I remember seeing the gal. I didn't write it down, so I'm going from my memory, and I think I altered a little bit from the way that she did it. But this side opens up. The card opens up. I have "You are a pearl, rare and precious." I'm not so sure if I like that pearl die that's in that set or not. Kind of just looks like a wonky circle, but I guess it'll work. I did find that I had some pearlized paper that I used. This is some more paper from the pack. And that neat and pretty too. You could see the shimmer on that. And then I put just "Thank you for everything" inside. So we'll get started, and I'll show you how to make it. I know that you're going to want to make it because it's easy, it's quick, and it will give such a wow to whoever gets it. That I showed it to Mike, and he was like, "Oh, that's elegant. That's fancy. I like that." I'm like, yeah, I can pull one out every now and again. All right, so I got my paper. I'm pretty sure I got everything over here. Should probably flip my pile over because I'm kind of going to work a little backwards here for you. So we have got our base is 5.5 by 9.5. We're going to score it 4.25. And then I'm going to turn it, or I'm just going to pull it down here, but you're going to move it to 9.5, or, oh, wait a minute. Sorry. You're going to pull it to, you want an inch on the end. So it's going to be 8.5. You're going to pull it to 8.5. Now I'm going to have to open it. So we want an inch. We're going to leave an inch. So 8.5. Yep. So I'm going to move my paper to the inch mark, and we're going to score again. So you're going to score at 4.25 and 8.5. 4.25 and 8.5. All right. Then we're just going to do our standard like folding and stuff. Did I show you guys the fun bone folders they gave us when we went to the Stampin' Up's 35, celebrating 35-year birthday one of the girls makes these little, you can use it like a foam charm to hang off your cell phone. She sells us these little things, and then with this, and then they give us the bone folder. And so I hung my charm on there. That was what she intended. So I hung my charm on there. And I'm just going to fold my score lines. And I do want to kind of have a little bit of a excess there. So we're going to fold in this one next. Score those really well. And now I'm going to build. So I have an inside piece at 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm just going to build now to get these out of the way. And I should have stamped on that first, but I might not turn this one in. Oh yeah, I will. I will stamp on that. All right, then we have 2 strips at 3/4 inch wide by 5 1/4 inches long. They are going to go on each side of this flap. So just gonna line those up. See, Kathy, this class could end up to be a little tricky. I'm freaking out over trying to figure out how to use this set. It's going to make a nice, I'm thinking it might make a really nice, like a deck or a patio, like a porch, southern looking porch, but I got to play with it first. But that was the one, that was the pick for the month. So now I've got that 3/4 by 5 1/4 inch strip on both sides. We're going to move to, as long as I got it here, I'm going to do the front. Here's another side of that paper. Can you see the shimmer and shine on that paper too? So this again is 4 inches wide by 5 1/4 long. I'm just going to get this out of my way. So I'm going to glue it onto the front. Here. Kind of try and, if I can go from like this direction and make sure I got 3 pieces, 3 edges pretty close, then I call it good. So now we've got our card going. And the reason that I tried to pull my card front back a little bit when I scored, if you noticed that I did that, I tried to bring it back a little bit when I scored. It's because this will fold down, and I just figured it would give it a little extra room to fold down. So not a big deal if you don't do that. Then we need 2 pieces at 3 1/4 by 6 1/2. And I shrunk these down. They could be a little bit bigger, but I shrunk them down to get better use of my designer series paper. Because if I made them any bigger, then I only got like basically 1 piece out of a 6 by 6. So I shrunk them down. You're going to score it or just fold it in half. And I probably should score it because this feels really stiff. Muggy here today. I'm surprised that my paper's not all limp like a wet noodle. We got rain, 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 and more rain. Lots of lightning today. Reedy texted me this morning on the way to the airport because she was here yesterday for a lunch with one of her friends. And on the way home, I'm folding both of them now. On the way home, she got caught in a hailstorm kind of by Wayland, Michigan. She got caught in a hailstorm, so she pulled off to the side of the road. But I said, did anything happen to the car? So she noticed today when she left to go to the airport that, oh yeah, she's got a bunch of dents in her car from the hail. It was like golf ball size. They had to pull off to the side of the road because you couldn't see, and she said it was so loud, but yeah, that's just the joy that's going on here. Spring weather. All right. Well, it's happening. Different stuff is happening everywhere, so it's just crazy. We are going to adhere the first piece now. This one here. So we're going to take our first piece, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to work with the inside first. So can you see? Can we open it? I put the gold seashell-y, I don't know what those things are called. They've got a name. So we're going to put that piece on the inside. And of course, that's your card. You can put the pieces wherever you want. I just wanted it to be more eye-catching to open that top panel and see this pretty paper. So I'll stick that one on the inside. And then these are 3 by 3. And so is the basic white one. I'm going to stamp the "You Are a Pearl, Rare and Precious." Now this could be a little bit too over the top for some people, but other people have, you know, like me, awesome moms, and you want to go over the top with your card. All right, so I could have stamped that first in case I needed to flip it over. Cross your fingers. All right. Oh, Patty's on too. Hi, Patty. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Oh, I didn't glue it on yet. Well, luckily I stamped it right the first time. Surprise. When I made the sample, I glued everything on before I stamped. All right, so now we've got our paper folded up. Now you can put it anywhere you want. If you're a even Steven kind of person, put it right in the middle. It's up to you where you want to put it. I'm going to put some green glue just on this area because we've only got an inch. Or not even an inch. Yes, we do. We have an inch to play with there. So I'm going to fold it in half, and then I'm just going to stick the piece on there. I think I'm going to move it up a little bit. And I'm going to hold it for a second. Give it a chance to adhere where I want it. So there we're building up our little fun flaps. I'm not even sure what the lady called this card. All right, but I'm going to keep going. I'm going to come back to the front. So now I'm going to keep going with my next piece. And now I'm pretty sure she glued a piece here and glued a separate piece. Maybe down, I don't know what she did, but this is what I'm doing. You could, no, I don't think she glued that down, or it wouldn't have, maybe hers didn't flap up one more time. Maybe I made myself a new fun fold. But anyway, we are going to glue these two pieces together. Okay, so that we've got this flapper do, and then this one's going to glue to this one. So I'm going to get my green glue again. And I'm going to glue the whole thing. And what I did was I just tried to line it up the best that I could by kind of pushing all my sides together like that. I keep messing up this. This is my host code for the next probably week. If anybody orders anything from me under $150, Much appreciated if you use that host code. All right, so now these two are glued together. We will turn to the inside. And I put the little crab paper with the gold swirlies. It might be water. Put that on the inside, left. So we'll go ahead with that. That one down here. That looks pretty good. Now this side over here, I have another white, but I'm going to try and make this little scene on it. So we've got our seashells and our sand. And I'm going to stamp that in Crumb Cake. Over here because my foamy thing is right there and I don't need that on this card with my foam stamp. So I've got my seashells down there. And then there's another stamp in here that's just the sand. So I'm going to go ahead and get that. I'm going to put this underneath. I might not quite be ready to part with my paper yet, although it is a new month. I should have a new calendar coming from Mike somewhere. So I'm just going to add some more sand, try and fill in the space a little bit with some sand. Like that. And then I took my blender brush in my crumb cake. And I'm just going to blend up around and try and make some, give it a little more depth. Like that. And then I have some Balmy blue and Pool Party, which I did not bring. And I'm just going to put some Pool Party on. Just going to blend that in there. Trying to give the colors in the paper a chance to kind of show up and do their thing. So I put some Pool Party. And then I put a little bit of Balmy blue. Kind of mix the two together. See what I could come up with for an ocean color kind of idea. Call that good. I'll just read off too. Rita's off. Patty back to Washington, D.C., finishing out the rest of the week at her old job. She put in her notice today. Went very well for her. She was pleasantly surprised on the feedback from all the people congratulating her and wishing her well. So, you know, quitting your first job, a little bit nerve-wracking for her, but now she's there. It might even be the Cherry Blossom Festival going on right now, but she said it's in the 90s. It's too early for that hot. All right, so then we're going to glue this down into our paper or into the middle. And then I'm thinking I didn't bring a piece of paper for the clam. Let's see. It'll fit on this paper though, so I got too many spare whites on my counter over here, or my work surface, to know which one was which one. So I just used my Night of Navy. And I'm going to stamp one of these little clams. Oyster, maybe it is, because it's got a pearl in it. And then what I'm going to do, again, I'm trying to bring in some of the color from the paper into my design. So I got my Blushing Bride marker. Oh, this is going to retire. Shouldn't have probably used it. And I'm just going to put a little bit of color onto the inside of my oyster. And I have Balmy Blue, Stampin' Right marker, and I'm going to do the same thing. And I'm just putting a little bit of the color in there, like that. And I have one of the blender brushes, blender pen, I guess. And then I'm going to go over and drag around where I have colored. And the ink is still a little wet. And so it's blending my navy blue in with the rest. And so I'm hoping, you know, here it's kind of blending through it. It's dulling it down a little bit so it's not quite so prominent as it was when I put it on there. And then I have a little tiny circle that I cut out of that pearlized paper. And oh, right there. Like that would help, wouldn't it? What color? I didn't realize there was a stamp for that little pearl. Let me see. Yay. See if I can do something. I'm going to do, for lack of knowing what other color, I'm going to do Pool Party. See what it does. Might not be the right color to use, but all right, so we got a blue pearl. I'm going to put that on this one too. All right, that one was a little crooked, but it's going to dry. I'll smear it around a little bit. It dried pretty good though. Nice. I didn't realize that. That's why I wasn't sure I liked it, because it just looked like a round blob on the paper, but now I like it a little better. All right, so I'm going to put a little piece of dimensional on the back of that. And I'm going to pop up the back. So I'm going to put the dimensional piece on like the top. And I'm going to put a little tiny bit of adhesive on the bottom. And then I'm going to stick it in there, pop it up, but glue it down. And there is a die that cuts that out, but I figured I could do it just as fast and not have to. I didn't want to cut it out. I didn't want to do it all ahead of time and have it already cut out and stuff. I could have had it cut out and then just stamped one like I do sometimes and then glue on the one that I had already cut out, but I thought, I'll show you how quick and easy. I'm not a fan of fussy cutting most of the time, but if you don't have dies, fussy cutting isn't all that bad. or on some of the products, the dies are simple. The stamps and stuff are simple enough, like this, say this was one of them. It's simple enough that you don't really need a set of dies to cut out if everything was this easy as this clam oyster thing here. And if your scissors are sharp. Look, I got a bug crawling on me. All right, so now I'm going to pop that up. A little baby piece of dimensional. Probably won't do much good, but that's what I'm using. I'll put the bigger one down here. And then we're gonna didn't want to cover up my seashells, but I kind of wanted it down here enough that it would look like it was sitting on the seabed. So there's our next layer. And then our back layer, I have used the shimmery oysters, clams. Gosh, it's just so pretty. And that's pretty too. This paper was gorgeous. I've been really, really excited about a lot of the new items that I've been seeing. They're just different and really pretty that they put a lot of thought into this pack. Okay. So now we have all of our inside, except my thank you for everything that I forgot to do. So let's do that now while we're here. Get my Night of Navy out. All right, here goes. I'm on the foamy thing, even though I don't need to be. Tilts down a little bit. Ah! All right, well, that's gonna stay that way till I get done and redo it. That's why we stamp before we put them in. Okay, now we can move to the front. Okay, we're going to put this pretty paper on the front. But what we want to do, I'm going to run a piece of adhesive along there, and then I'm going to get a big old piece of ribbon. I don't have my ruler here, so I'm going to put the end going this way. And close that up just so I'm going to put the end going off to my left so I know how far it's sticking out from the card. And I'll give it a little more. So I'm going to go there. We're going to wrap it around the back and pull it out to the front and then trim it off. I think when I measured it, it was like 20 inches of ribbon. So what I came up with. And so we've got it secured down. And then now I want to glue my paper over the top. Put that on there. Balmy blue is staying, Mom. That is one that stayed. I'm thinking Balmy blue, we had Blushing Bride go from that family, Mint Macaron. Those might have been the only two from that color family. The Bermuda Bay family lost a couple more. Okay, so now let me show you the front. Let's get back to the front. So now our front Got our ribbon. And it's going to go over the top like that. Just going to sort of tie it shut, but not yet, because we'll open it back up again. So we've got it tied shut. Then I have another piece of basic white that is 2.5 inch square. And this, I'm going to use my classic letters again. Well, not again, I just telling you that that's the one it was again. And my not blushing bride, Night of Navy. And I'm going to put the O on first. That needs to be up here on my foamy thing. And I'm going to try and find the center, eyeball the center. Right there. Go away. Then we'll get out our M. And then for my M, I'm going to measure, I'm going to put the M up here in the top corner. Didn't look like I had enough ink on there. Huh. And then I'm going to come down, do the same thing off the bottom corner. I don't know why now it's deciding it doesn't want to coat with ink. Come down to the bottom corner. Then I have another little scrap of white and a couple of the seashells from the stamp set. Try and stamp them both at the same time. See how that works for me. Pretty good. That was done in Crumb Cake. And I do have my stamp cleaner off to the left, so it's taking me a little longer tonight because I'm trying to sort of clean as I go. And that way I don't feel so bad if I don't, when I clean up, if I don't have to wash all the stamps and stuff. It can be done faster. And so these I also believe have dies, but you know, sometimes I just got a fussy cut. I don't start out leaving a good white edge on it, and then by the time I'm done, well, this one I started out differently, but I don't always get to leave the same amount. There's got to be a trick to, it usually happens when I go in circle. Like when I go around the corner, I don't measure it right, the spot to right here where I need to turn, and then I end up getting too close. So it's got to be a trick to knowing, probably like driving a semi, you got to go way out and come around to make the corner. Not that I know how to drive a semi, but I've had to back up enough times for them. Okay, so then I'm just going to take these, the sky I'm going to put flat on my paper. This little guy I'm going to pop up. And the last little guy went wee, wee, wee all the way home. Because that's what it just sounded like. I was telling you guys the Three Little Pigs story. Or this little piggy went to market story.
I'm gonna put that down there. And then what I did on my first one, I was using these little flat adhesive back pearls. I was trying to use this one originally in the clam before I realized there was a die for it. And that was before I realized there was a stamp for the die. I had one on the front that I used. So I'm not so sure if that really fits in there, but I thought it gave it a little extra like bling and drew your eye to that. So I'll put another one in there. And then this just glues onto the front. That. And then again, it ties up. You untie your bow. You flip your first one. This is where I said I wanted the pretty paper to show. You could put words there on your white. I got my words there. And we're going to flip to see our pearl inside. And then we'll flip again to see our crooked thank you for everything. And that's it. That's our fun fold. Super simple. I will have the instructions. I started it already. I got all the pictures taken today as I was going along. So I will have that in the tutorial next week of my newsletter. So you can get that if you want to. And I will probably do a quick Finally Friday for this and not decorate, and just show you all the pieces you need with the sizes written on them. And people can decorate it however they want. Let me go back. Okay, so now we should be back to me. And that's it, guys. I'm glad I'm back. I hope you missed me the last couple weeks I was gone. I'm back and I'm planning on being here next week. So if you got any requests, fun folds, shoot them on over or something for me to show you guys. And that's it. Have a great rest of your night and enjoy the rest of your week. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye, guys. Thank you.